Hello, this is Akemi, and welcome to our new episode for this week on bringing spirituality into life. And I think you have realized that I am presenting this alone. And what happened was Donna's going to be pretty busy with a couple of um, events that she's going to be in, and she's going to the big stage and everything. So I am going to be connecting with you all and enjoying talking about bringing spirituality into life. I really want to introduce what it really is. It's not really about this hocus pocus world or anything. What spirituality means, or becoming, being aware of the spiritual aspect of the world, doesn't really mean that you have to have a religion or you have to believe in some sort of a philosophy. It's just kind of recognizing what you're truly creating in your life. You have a soul, or maybe you have a desire that you are here for, and kind of knowing and respecting the fact of yourself that you do have some sort of a faith, or you live for some purpose, kind of remembering who you are and why you're here on this planet, and how you can actually manage things in normal life or daily life from the spiritual aspect. So please say hi and kind of comment in where you're from. And starting next week, we're going to be having some guests to talk with us about their way of connecting to the spirituality that they believe in and how they kind of deal with the things in their life. So please feel free, say hi to me, connect with me. And any questions, please write in. I am here to answer you in whatever you would love to be answered. And it's just going to be from my experience or whatever I know. And you can also share what you have experienced. And that'll be so much fun. So, hello, this is Akemi. I'm from Japan. Who the people who don't know me, I'm connecting you to all from Facebook Live and YouTube Live on how to bring spirituality into life. And so, how are you and everyone? I'm welcoming you all to join me and talk to me. And if you can, to say hi to me, I'll be happy to answer your questions. So today I do have a topic. I'm just going to keep talking so that we can actually start getting on with our topic. So we know that we have so many things going on in our life, and we have many things to consider, um, daily things. And you kind of get caught with the drama, and you sometimes don't know how to cope with it, how to deal with it. Well, if you understand what you're creating in this life is something from a higher aspect, you are learning and you are growing. And if you can embrace what you're learning, magically things move forward. And we want to kind of share that experience, and please share your experience and how you kind of live your life with the spiritual aspect that you have, or you see, or you feel, and let me know. And some people aren't really aware of it, because here's what it is. So, I myself was not really someone who believes in the spiritual aspect of life. It's the truth. My mom was religious at some point, so we did believe in God. Or you learn in school that you say thank you to things. Like, I'm like wondering, where are you saying thank you to? So there were so many things that were questioned in my life. But sometimes you kind of ignore those questions in your mind. Sometimes you become suspicious. I believed in extraterrestrial stuff sometimes in my life. I believed that there is an ancestor that comes and talks to you once in a while, but didn't know why and how they talk to you. There were so many things going on in my life that I can't explain. I was so frightened about um, why you're experiencing this. And at a certain point, I started to learn about different tribes of Native Americans. And I did start to learn about many religions. I got interested. And then all these different, I guess, scary things that can happen in your life. But I didn't really get a good, real answer until I really have had an experience that I was going to kind of say goodbye, maybe, to my life, to my body. And then that was when I was giving, oh no, the first time was actually I got bullied so badly. So I felt like I will just jump of uh, off the window down to the ground from my apartment that we were living. Well, that didn't happen, but the experience that I had was I was sitting at the ridge and I was looking down, and all of a sudden I saw the concrete cracks, and then the doorbell rang, and I actually got knocked back in. And that was pretty scary for me because I was like around 9. And the experience actually brought me to the fact that it was like going through a tunnel, and then all of a sudden you see yourself with the cracks, and then boom, you're back in, and then life just goes on. So I didn't question that so much, but I just said, no, this is not a way. This is not the right way. Maybe not the good way. But then my mom told me about how she went through things, and when we were little, she had thoughts as well. So my mind went, "Yeah, that's scary. I don't want to experience that again." So now my life became more cautious, but still, when you have fear, you do attract them. There's the law of attraction, or maybe you actually attract the same vibration to you. So, yeah. And then that was when I was back from the United States, that I had to go and into a new environment that was Japan. And oh, by the way, I'm talking from Japan. I'm in Osaka right now. So I am 100% Japanese. Just like wondering why I'm talking in English and giving this live show in English, but I guess there's a meaning to it. So, anyways, that experience was the beginning of my journey of questioning things. Before that, it was an interest. After that, it was a question. And then when I had birth to my um, first daughter, I actually kind of drifted off because there were some complications. And I actually saw this river that the Japanese tell you that when you see this river and you see your ancestors come and say hi, that means they're come to get you because you're ready to cross over, sort of thing like that. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. It was just a breathtaking moment, and then bang, you're back in the pain again, you're back in your body. And I just kept on drifting back and forth and back and forth. I think about 6 times. I wasn't counting, but I remember because this story kind of was chunked out. And so that's when I started to realize that, you know, I see people who are supposed to be dead, but they're coming and talking to you and telling you you're not ready yet. It's not time for you. Go back, go back. You have a baby to feed. And so I was obsessed with breastfeeding for so long. I It was a way for me to get back into my body, and I woke up, and when the pain was like really calm, and something bearable. I told my doctor that I want to see my daughter, like, right now so that I can feed my baby and kinda have a purpose to live. I remember that very clearly, and so the doctor stopped me, but I said, "Just please make have me do this so that I can have a purpose," and so they brought me my daughter. So, that was a precious moment, but that's when I started to realize there's something, like, beyond that veil that we don't really understand. And then I had 3 kids, and they told me that I might have the same experience, but I didn't, and I lived, and then I had a divorce because I had this belief that if I have 3 children, I'm gonna go and live my life again with another life, like, there's gonna be a shift, and it happened, and here I am now. But then I have to tell you, there was one more time that I was ready to go, say, and drift away. My body stopped making blood. So that's when I really was at the very edge, because my doctor told me and said, "How did you come walking? Your blood pressure is almost ready to pass, and your blood is thin as water. So we need to do something to you so that you can survive." But anyways, I wasn't in the hospital or anything because I actually told my doctor that I'm going to be fine. So I walked out of the doctor's office after I got some iron and infusions, and then I got better. I actually had another purpose, was that I am going to um, live my life and watch my kids grow up. I am always motivated for being with my children and raising them, having a family, and that was my purpose for so long. And but when I was little, I had this image of changing the world, knowing and learning and understanding others so that I have a clear vision that everybody is the same at a certain level, but we are all different in the whole picture, but not really so different because we all have arms. Well, some people don't sometimes, but still, we have a life, we live, even though we can't talk or see. And that was the journey when I was little. So till then, I have I had so many ways, in so many ways, in so many ways to see things. And here I am now. So I want to share what I have came to, which was amazing to me. So after I got a divorce, I became sick, so I didn't make any blood, so I needed some help. So I called out for help. That was on Facebook. So Facebook is very dearly to me because I know how to I can connect to people. I think it's an awesome way to connect to people. And then I got a message, and I was actually invited to this healing method. And that actually put me to the connection of the creation energy. And I actually understood how my life was created and how the mechanism is, which I was like halfway there because it was like, confirmation or verification for me, because I learned so many things about religion, so many aspects from philosophy, um, from or during college. So those all came into one answer, and now I can understand why I'm here, and why I chose to be in this body, and why I chose my DNA, and I know why I chose to have all those problems and all those, we can call it initiations or we can call it whatever you want, but all those difficulties in life. And it's very clear to me that that's what I have been experiencing, and that's where I'm at. So I never got a chance to introduce myself. So this is Mia Kemi, And hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this Facebook Live today. If you like um, to ask questions, please do so. Say hi, type in where you're from, and I would be happy to answer. And I'm also doing this in Japanese pretty soon. So, whoever is Japanese coming in, I am so happy that we will get to connect with in Japanese, and also we'll have a guest next week on, so you don't have to listen to me talk all the time. And yeah, yeah. So if you're there out there, please say hi, and I would be happy to answer you or really discuss about your questions about life, about the unseen forces, or anything that I can answer for you. So today is a transition day for me, and it'll be amazing to connect with you all. And I would be happy to really kind of allow your questions and my questions to be something that we can help each other. And hopefully, we will see each other next week. Yeah. So, yes, we all have different paths in our life, and we all make different um, ways of living, and we see things differently. But if I can hear what you have to say, that'll be awesome as well. So, let's see. Yeah, I know I'm used to talking with someone, so now I'm alone here talking all by myself. Well, hopefully next week I won't have to, but it's oh, maybe I should talk about that. So, you know how we have different people come into our life, and then you have, again, time in between that you don't see them, and then you see them again, and you feel like they don't like you anymore. Sometimes I used to have that so much, or maybe um, they're like you have done something wrong, or maybe like you didn't have a chance to kind of explain what was going on and they just walked away. Like so many things that you don't see someone. Maybe sometimes you can go into a fight. Recently, I had a friend that actually moved from one place to another, and she moved to another place, and she was getting along with the people who she was when she was living there. But when she decided to go and see someone to do some of her business, they actually started to become very mean, maybe not nice. Why didn't you get permission, sort of a thing? Like all these things happened to her at once. It became a little chaotic. And then she came and asked me, and we all have different emotions, different way of seeing things. But when you are creating that in your life, you can't really change anyone from doing something, but you can always change your energy, and you can always see, why are you co-creating this situation with these people when you just want to go and say hi and focus on your emotions, what's happening inside you, and then you may see an answer why. And then if you get a chance to look at it, maybe you can actually let go of one of the reasons why you created that chaotic situation, and have a very loving way to express yourself, or maybe say nothing. It answers sometimes maybe not saying anything, and then the situation may change. So we all attract um, relationships, friends, colleagues, partners, family. So we have a reason to see them, meet them, and walk with them. And when the time comes and say goodbye, or maybe kind of have some time in between, it's not because that, there's some sort of a bad connection, or maybe there was something going wrong. It's more likely there's something to learn, or maybe you're done learning, so you're moving on. And if you get to see it this way, and I want to kind of guide you through so that you can, so that you don't have to create more problems, and you don't have to criticize yourself, and you don't have to criticize others. You just can like focus on what that moment is gifting you. Sometimes it feels negative, but it's not always negative. Okay, everyone. So please say hi if you're watching, where you're from. And if you have any questions about bringing spirituality into life, or any spiritual questions, please feel free and in the comments. I'm more likely happy to hear your way of seeing things as well. Of course, you used to see me with Donna for this live show, but sh you know, she's taking off, she's succeeding, she's going into the bigger stages, she's learning. She'll be back, um, and she'll be joining us once in a while, and so so in the meantime, it'll be me and other guests to talk to you and answering questions, but it's always nice to hear other aspects to come and talk as well. So, if you have any questions, feel free to write it in the comments, and also let me know where you're from, because I'm connecting to you from Japan, and maybe you're Japanese and you can't understand what I'm saying. I know, I'm sorry with that. Maybe you can learn how to speak English, or maybe you learn how to listen to English and type in Japanese. I don't mind, but we're going to have some episodes. We're going to have some titles now. So topics, so you know what we're going to be talking about in the next episode, because I am going to be here um, hosting this live show and having guests to come. So you may be my next guest. Oh, hi, Zhang Wan from Taiwan. Nice to connect with you. Wow, Taiwan. Yeah. Yeah, I have lots of friends in Taiwan. And Taiwan, again, it's a very spiritual, high vibrational place. Really nice to connect. And right now we can't really travel. So this is a way for me to connect to the world, is to do my live show with all of you and to really connect and know like where you're from and what your thoughts are, so we can have a conversation. And I might contact you for you to come and, be my guest to talk as well. It'll be fun. Yeah. So today, I guess my topic was how you meet people and how you have experiences in your life, which are actually teaching you things. And sometimes it's hard to recognize what the life experience is teaching you. So when you do, you kind of sit, maybe you touch your heart, or I use a meditation to go up to the creation energy, the pure love, like go to the highest aspect that you can, and seek for answers. Because sometimes my ego gets in the way, or my ancestors, my genetic beliefs or genetic way of seeing things, my group consciousness of Japan actually stops me from recognizing the highest truth. So, you know that the emperor, no, the princess married a lawyer from in Japan. I think it was on the news, and he actually, well, they actually kind of corrected what was broadcasted or maybe reported from the TV stations or authorities versus what really happened and what they really chose. And for a Japanese person, they think, well, as a Japanese person, they kind of felt like when you hear that someone's sick, that they're going under pressure because of the system, because we keep telling I am Japanese. Thank you, Gunter. Yes, I am very Japanese. I am 100% Japanese, but I did my DNA test and I am 100% Japanese. I live in Japan. I'm from Osaka, and I'm connecting you from Japan live right now. So anyways, so this they actually did a public speaking so that they can be clear of what happened, and the statement that the husband, the person that the princess is marrying, was amazing, and the princess actually had an amazing, speech as well, answers to questions. She really wanted to answer that all the things that were actually talked in the TV shows and all is not true. She is the one that made decisions. She is the one that actually requested the things to be done in a certain way. I mean, you have to see the details. I think I can share it maybe, on my Facebook feed, or you can translate it because but anyways, it you have to see the actual speech. Don't go to the comments of the reporters. You have to go to the actual speech. But in the speech, it actually says that she was the one who made the decisions. Not I wasn't told to say this and everything. And then the lawyer, the husband, the groom, he said, the person that she's gonna marry. So she's leaving the what do you call it? The imperial palace, the family, because she's going to be married with a normal person from the public. So she's going to be a public person. Well, anyways, so he said that I love this woman, and the word love is not really expressed so much in Japan, but he said the word. I'm sure there's going to be more interest in love, and also people expressing that they love someone, and also how he loved his mom and he wanted to help her, which was kind of new because sometimes people think like you do things for your good and not for from love. So people who were reporting actually kept on saying that he was taking care of his mom because like the emperor family is not going to be looking at it bad or maybe taking it wrong, or I don't know, to kind of make him clean, or and he was hiding it. But he's a lawyer and he actually won a prize, first place in the student speech contest, I think, for the United States or for New York, I don't know, but for lawyers. And he is a very generous, honest man, I think, from reading him. Yes, I do readings. I read him. He loves his mom and he just wanted to help her because it's she may have made some mistakes, but it wasn't because she intended to, because that was the way that she knew. And so, that forgiveness energy, or maybe that energy of love, was really, really expressed. And I really felt like, wow, the earth is changing. And for someone talking that way on public speeches, and it is from em- the emperor's, family, that makes a difference. I'm like, "Oh, thank you for allowing me to see this. Sorry I jumped late. What are we discussing today?" Randomly, because I'm gonna have a guest next week, and I introduced myself. You can go back and watch the live video because I'm gonna keep it here, and I have a YouTube channel that you can go and see, so feel free. But your we're open to answer questions about your life, about spirituality, and that spiritual doesn't mean like God or like all these weird things. It actually means that you know that you are part of this energy or love, and you're here and you know why you're here. It's like you know why you're here and your mission and all. So we're guided towards that way. I will have a better explanation next week, maybe. I'm a little nervous because I'm here alone today and I gave myself 30 minutes to talk alone. So maybe next time you can start asking questions and join me. So thank you everyone for joining me. And if you're watching this on recording, please say hi and leave me comments. I did my best today and I'm sure we're going to see each other again next week. And next week we have a guest. And this guest is a special guest of mine. And if you can actually ask her any questions and ask us any questions, but she's a very psychic and person. She actually talks to so many um, existences. So if you have any questions, it'll be fun. She might be able to channel for you and ask and give you answers. That'll be fun as well. You can always ask me too. But I will call myself a trained healer or a trained psychic. So I love to learn. So I would love to learn from you as well. And let's create this show so that we all learn from each other. Anyway, so thank you for joining. And it's 30 minutes. It was pretty quick if I look at it back from now. But thank you for joining. And Gunter or Zhang thank you for connecting and keeping me company. That was awfully awesome. Okay, so everyone, see you next week. And oh, I don't have a group chat. Let me create one. Thank you so much for addressing that. Yes, so I'll actually post it later after I create it. So thank you so much, everyone, and good night or have a great day.